Prince Harry dropped a clanger at the end of his guest editorship of Radio 4 Today programme this week. When asked by the BBC how Meghan Markle had coped with her first Christmas at Sandringham, Harry reported that it had been fantastic. His fiancée, he said, had really enjoyed it. Yes, they had an amazing time. Yes, there was a complicated knot of Windsorian traditions to be explained to an incomer, but it had all been fun. And then came the howler. She's done an absolutely amazing job. She's getting in there, he enthused. It's the family, I suppose, that she never had. The family she never had? What is she, an orphan? Harry's words hung in the air like an icy reprimand, an unintended slight to the actual Markle parents, who divorced in 1987 when Meghan was 6 years old. First to register annoyance was Meghan's half-sister Samantha Grant, who was not best pleased. Actually, Meghan has a large family who were always there with her and for her, she said. Complete with sister, brother, aunts, uncles, cousins, and the glue of our family, our amazing, completely self-sacrificing father. Yikes! Harry may have the benefit of the best education money can buy, the character-building attributes only 10 years in the army can bring, and the sensitivities of a man in touch with his inner ginger, but he has a lot to learn about the politics of family life. And rule number 1 for any new husband is never, ever to publicly state that your family is somehow better, happier and more loving than her family, even if you believe it to be true. Especially at this time of year, when kinship loyalties and festive one-upmanship can create tension, hurt and misery. And particularly for those couples who are forced to choose with which set of in-laws they will spend their Christmas, often leaving the other set feeling bereft and unloved. Imagine that feeling magnified 100-fold when the opposing side is the House of Windsor, replete with palaces, a Boxing Day pheasant shoot and royal prestige. Who could compete with that? The prince's remarks were not only clumsy, they opened up a whole silo into the nature of his relationship and whirlwind courtship with this extraordinary young woman. For him to say this, Meghan, at some deep level, must have presented herself as a victim, or a casualty of family circumstances at the very least. Meanwhile, he clearly sees her as someone he has to rescue, a damsel in distress, a broken sparrow, a lost Cinderella he can wrap his arms around and ensconce behind the castle ramparts. One can see how seductive this fairy tale fantasy must have been for them both, adding another thrilling, sexy layer to their clandestine wooing. The romance of it all is utterly killing. Yet however much Harry loves his pa and his grandma, the notion of the Windsors providing a calm, benevolent haven for anyone, let alone a Hollywood actress with a mind of her own, is laughable. They have their strong points, but even key members of the firm would surely agree that they are one of the most dysfunctional family units on the planet. Not only must new wives negotiate the protocols of a complex hierarchy, they are requested to curtsy every time Granny trundles into view. One big happy family? 3 of the Queen's 4 children have divorced, one ex-wife, Duchess of Ferg, is still banished to Nutter Cottage on the Sandringham estate every Christmas. Most of the kids seem incapable of holding down any job except chief paperclip sorter in an art gallery. Some members seem to love horses more than humans. Uncle Andy is a major worry, and no one mention the Diana word. By this time next year, Prince Harry will be a husband, hopefully one who understands that his family is not the only family in his marriage. And maybe he will also realize that while Christmas is a time of jolly and holly, it is also a time of compromise and tact. All this he is going to have to grasp fast. Though something tells me the only person keener to relegate the wider Markle clan to the margins is Miss Meghan herself.